We should learn to accept that change is truly the only thing that's going on always, and learn to ride with it and enjoy it. Thank you is the best prayer that anyone could say. I say that one a lot. Thank you expresses extreme gratitude, humility, understanding. In nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. Trees can be contorted, bent in weird ways, and they're still beautiful. Don't wait around for other people to be happy for you. Any happiness you get you've got to make yourself. The most important question in the world is, why is the child crying? For in the end, freedom is a personal and lonely battle, and one faces down fears of today so that those of tomorrow might be engaged. For me, writing has always come out of living a fairly to-the-bone life, just really being present to a lot of life. Writing is not different from life. You want variety, you want refreshment, and you want balance. I have fallen in love with the imagination. And if you fall in love with the imagination, you understand that it is a free spirit. It will go anywhere, and it can do anything. People do not wish to appear foolish. To avoid the appearance of foolishness, they are willing to remain actually fools. Part of writing is not so much that you're going to actually write something every day, but what you should have, or need to have, is the possibility, which means the space and time set aside as if you were going to have someone come to tea. Expect nothing. Live frugally on surprise. I believe in moments, collective action to influence the future. Look closely at the present you are constructing. It should look like the future you are dreaming. Deliver me from writers who say the way they live doesn't matter. I'm not sure a bad person can write a good book. If art doesn't make us better, then what on earth is it for? I think it pisses God off if you walk by the color purple in a field somewhere and don't notice it. War will stop when we no longer praise it, or give it any attention at all. Hard times require furious dancing. Each of us is proof. In hard times, we are advised by all wise people to look to the margins of a culture, not the center. Your caring is actually part of what you are offering. I care, and therefore I offer this. I think, the color purple, is so bursting with love, the need for connection, the showing of the need for connection around the globe. Anybody can observe the Sabbath, but making it holy surely takes the rest of the week. Part of what existence means to me is knowing the distance between what I am now and what I was then. I'm mad about the waste that happens when people who love each other can't even bring themselves to talk. The most healthy thing is to be true to your own self, but also, that you have a right to express what you see and what you feel and what you think. To be bold. All history is current, all injustice continues on some level, somewhere in the world. If you lie to yourself about your own pain, you will be killed by those who will claim you enjoyed it. Life is better than death, I believe, if only because it is less boring, and because it has fresh peaches in it. There are ways that the spirit can be mended just as there are ways that the spirit can be broken. Sexuality is one of the ways that we become enlightened, actually, because it leads us to self-knowledge. Alice Monsignor Walker, February 9, 1944, was born in Eatonton, Georgia, a rural farming town, to Willie Lee Walker and Minnie Tallulah Grant. Both of Walker's parents were sharecroppers, though her mother also worked as a seamstress to earn extra money. Walker, the youngest of 8 children, was first enrolled in school when she was just 4 years old at East Putnam Consolidated. As an 8-year-old, Walker sustained an injury to her right eye after one of her brothers fired a BB gun. Since her family did not have access to a car, Walker could not receive immediate medical attention, causing her to become permanently blind in that eye. It was after the injury to her eye that Walker began to take up reading and writing. The scar tissue was removed when Walker was 14, but a mark still remains. Alice Walker is an American novelist, short story writer, poet, and social activist. In 1982, she became the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, which she was awarded for her novel The Color Purple. Over the span of her career, Walker has published 17 novels and short story collections, 12 non-fiction works, and collections of essays and poetry. She began her writing career with her first book of poetry, Once, and later wrote novels, including her best-known work, The Color Purple. As an activist, Walker participated in the civil rights movement, advocated for women of color through the term womanism, and has been involved in animal advocacy and pacifism. Additionally, she has taken a strong stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, supporting the boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign against Israel. Walker has faced multiple accusations of anti-Semitism due to her praise for British conspiracy theorist David Icke and his works, which contain anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, along with criticisms of her own writings. McDowell Colony Fellowships 1967 and 1974. Ingram Merrill Foundation Fellowship 1967. Candace Award, Arts and Letters, National Coalition of 100 Black Women 1982. Pulitzer Prize for Fiction 1983 for The Color Purple. National Book Award for Fiction 1983 for The Color Purple. O. Henry Award for Kindred Spirits 1985. Honorary degree from the California Institute of the Arts 1995. American Humanist Association named her as Humanist of the Year 1997. Lillian Smith Award from the National Endowment for the Arts. Rosenthal Award from the National Institute of Arts and Letters. Radcliffe Institute Fellowship, the Merrill Fellowship, and a Guggenheim Fellowship. Front Page Award for Best Magazine Criticism from the Newswomen's Club of New York. Induction into the Georgia Writers Hall of Fame 2001. Induction into the California Hall of Fame in the California Museum for History, Women, and the Arts 2006. Domestic Human Rights Award from Global Exchange 2007. The Lenin Ono Grant for Peace 2010.